Animation mistakes are hard to spot in Bluey, but we found the mistakes of this animation for you. These mistakes happen so fast that no one but our sharp eyes notice them. In the episode Duck Cake, Bluey wants to help Bandit make Bingo's birthday cake, but first she must put away her toys, but nothing can tempt her to clean up until Bandit drops the cake, and when he does so, he gets quite upset, but that's not the mistake. If we zoom onto the background, we can notice the long dog Easter egg on top of the cupboard. But the issue is, in the end part of the episode, Chili returns home. And in one of the scenes where she's standing in front of the cupboard, we saw earlier there's no long dog on top of it. But earlier there was, this is either an animation. In the episode Tickle Crabs, Bluey and Bingo are playing a fun game with Bandit. The girls pretend to be crabs tickling, and chase Bandit into the kitchen, where he climbs onto a counter to escape the fake crabs and grabs fruit from a basket to throw at them. And at that very moment we can clearly see that one of the fruits from the basket, probably an orange, simply disappears out of. In the episode Pass, the parrot, we noticed the weirdest error yet. Lucky's dad is hosting the game of Pass the Parcel, but he has changed the rule, and looking at the parents' reaction, it's safe to say that they aren't pleased with it. But wait. There's a mistake here. If we zoom onto Jasper G's mum, we can notice her hand looks a bit weird. She literally has two arms at one side. Seems like the animators misplaced her hand. In the episode Mums and Dads, when Indy and Rusty pretend to be parents, they struggle to agree on who should get a job later. Indy finds it hard to get a babysitter, and BL pretends Rusty is her baby. And I have to say I felt sorry for Rusty when BL forced him to wear kids' clothes and pretend to be a baby. But that's not the mistake here in the scene where Blue is literally chasing Rusty with a baby stroller to get him back to playing. They pass by two kids on a swing, but these kids don't attend this school because they're Bingo's classmates. And we all know Bingo and Bluey go to different schools. Seems like even animators got confused about the characters, but I don't blame them. There are so many characters in Bluey that it can be hard to keep track of everyone. In this episode, when Bluey and Bingo are running through their room, we can notice a photo frame in the nightstand. Let's look at the photo closely in it. We can notice that Blue has one eye closed and her tongue out, and Bingo has her mouth closed. But in the episode Veranda Santa, which is 52nd of first season, we can also see the same photo frame in the nightstand. But the mistake is that the photo is slightly different than before earlier. Blue had one eye closed, her tongue out, and Bingo had her mouth closed, but in this photo, Blue's tongue is not out, and also Bingo's mouth is open, but that's not all in the episode Bedroom, which is 2nd of 3rd season. The photo has again changed slightly. This time, Blue has both of her eyes open, unlike before where she had only one of her eyes open. Like, here we can see these three pictures are different than each other. Maybe animators forgot what the original photo. Looked like going back to the Fruit Bat episode, we noticed a really cool mistake in the scene where Bandit is drawing Blue's head, the bathroom door is open and Bingo is inside, but that's not the mistake. Look at the window, we can see that at least through it, it's still daytime, which would be normal if the kids weren't already getting ready for bed, as it's already nighttime as seen at the beginning of the episode. Plus when they head to the bedroom, the window there shows it's already dark. Maybe the healer house has different time zones in different rooms. In the episode Horsey Ride, where Bandit's face was looking a bit weird, but this time it has to do with Bluey in the episode. Dirt Bluey and Bingo are having a lot of fun playing in a massive pile of mud. And during the scene where Judo goes to her home, because she can't play in the mud, we can notice Bandit watering the giant pile of mud. And while doing so, he sprays some of the water onto Bingo and BL's face, and there was an error right there. You didn't notice it. Don't worry, we will slow down the scene for you. Right at the moment the water lands on Blue's face, we can notice the fur on her face completely disappeared. She looks identical to how Bandit looks in the Horsey Ride episode, like father, like daughter. No one knew this error till now because it happened so fast. In the episode Spy Games, where the kids pretend to be secret agents with a mission to collect very tricky items, we find a very quick animation error. In one of the scenes, Bandit is making barbecue with other parents around him. But suddenly, Bandit loses control of the barbecue and the fire gets too big. And at this exact moment, if we look at Chili, we'll notice her face is almost all brown for a scene. Maybe Chili got so scared that even her face changed colors. In the episode Keepy Youpy, we notice something very interesting in the scene where Bluey wakes up and is getting out of her bed. We notice that something is missing in that bed. Do you know what I am talking about? Well, I am talking about the pillow. There's literally no pillow on the bed. We've seen Blue's bed before, and there's always a pillow there. There are only two explanations for this. First, Chili forgot to put pillow on BL's bed. And second, the animators simply forgot to draw the pillow, which I think is the actual reason. In the episode, Hotel Blue and Bingo are playing a fun game while they are playing the game. A funny error happens when Blue is pushing Bingo in bed. We can see something weird happening with Bingo. If we look at Bingo closely, then we can see that she has brownish fur on her back. When Blue is pushing Bingo in bed at that moment, the fur on Bingo's back has disappeared. Normally her fur should be like this, but in this scene her fur looks completely weird. In the episode, Butterflies, Bluey, Bingo, and Judo are playing a fun game, and after a small issue that happens in the episode, especially between Judo and Bingo, the three make up and resume playing. The mistake is that now, the three pups want to be humans, and none of them wants to pretend to be the butterfly, so they wonder who they could hunt right at the moment when they hear poor Bandit humming, while finishing taking down the laundry. If you pause exactly when Blue's dad is being totally obliterated by the group of puppies, you'll notice that the character becomes completely twisted and unrecognizable. For instance, notice that his arm goes directly to his cheek, which is very weird, poor Bandit. He seems to be the victim of everyone, even the animators of the shows. Moving on in the episode Fruit Bat, we see a really interesting error in one of the scenes where Bandit is sleeping on the living room floor. We can see Chili beside him with her hockey stick. And we all know Chili loves playing field hockey in the scene. She's taping her hockey stick, and we can see she already made a few rounds with it. But when Bluey enters the scene, the yellow tape around the hockey stick disappears as if Chili never wrapped it. Even though she just did it. It happens from one frame to another. Maybe the animators forgot that the stick was already wrapped. In the episode, Kavad double babysitters. Uncle Rad and Frisky unexpectedly babysit Bluey and Bingo. Initially hesitant, Bluey warms up to them through games and storytelling, learning to trust them and overcoming past fears in one of the scenes where Uncle Rad and Frisky are talking to Blue and Bingo. We see some objects in the room after some frame changes. The rainbow flag which was hanging at the back is no longer seen. It seems like someone is doing some sort of magic. In the episode, Feather Wand. Bingo feels left out when she's not invited to Chloe's party, but she discovers a magical feather that makes things heavy, leading to chaos and laughter at home. Despite missing out on the party, Bingo learns to make her own fun with Bandit creating silly adventure of their own. As Bingo plays with the wand she decides to use her newfound power to make the yoga ball heavy and sends it rolling down the stairs, narrowly missing Bluey. However, in the next scene as Bingo speaks, there's a noticeable error. If you enjoyed the video, you can choose an option to watch. Don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video.